Hello, boys and girls. Mr. Palast here. As you can see, I have my friend Mono. Some of you know Mono. All right, he's a giant gorilla, kind of like a teddy bear. And the story I have for you today, oh, what a pleasant surprise! It is about a boy having his very first sleepover. And for some of us, that's exciting, but it's a little nerve-wracking too, because you don't know how it's going to be at someone else's house. And the name of this is called Ira Sleeps Over. I was invited to sleep at Reggie's house. Was I happy? I had never slept at a friend's house before. But I had a problem. It began when my sister said, "Are you going to take your teddy bear along?" "Take my teddy bear along?" I said. "To my friend's house? Are you kidding? That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Of course I'm not going to take my teddy bear." Big sisters can be a little rough sometimes. And then she said, "But you never slept without your teddy bear before. How will you feel sleeping without your teddy bear for the very first time?" I'm very supportive. "I'll feel fine. I'll feel great. I will probably love sleeping without my teddy bear. Just don't worry about it," I said. "Who's worried?" she said. Mono's loving the story, by the way. But now she had me thinking about it. Now she really had me thinking about it. I began to wonder. Suppose I won't like sleeping without my teddy bear. Suppose I just hate sleeping without my teddy bear. Should I take him? "Take him," said my mother. "Take him," said my father. "But Reggie will laugh," I said. "He'll say I'm a baby." "He won't laugh," said my mother. "He won't laugh," said my father. "He'll laugh," said my sister. I decided not to take my teddy bear. That afternoon, I played with Reggie. Reggie had plans, big plans. "Tonight," he said, "when you come to my house, we're going to have fun, fun, fun. First, I'll show you my junk collection. And after that, we'll have a wrestling match. And after that, a pillow fight. And after that, we'll do magic tricks. And after that, we'll play checkers. And after that, we'll play dominoes. And after that, we can fool around with my magnifying glass." "Great," I said. "I can hardly wait." "By the way," I asked, "what do you think of teddy bears?" That's an important question. I love the pictures. It reminds me of fall because like the different colored leaves. But Reggie just went on talking and planning as if he had never heard of teddy bears. "And after that," he said, "do you know what we're going to do after that? I mean, when the lights go out and the house is really dark, guess what we can do?" "What?" I asked. "We can tell ghost stories." "Ghost stories?" I said. "Ghost stories," said Reggie. "Scary, creepy, spooky ghost stories." I began to think about my teddy bear. "Does your house get very dark?" I asked. "Uh-huh," said Reggie. "Very, very dark?" "Uh-huh," said Reggie. "By the way," I asked again, "what do you think of teddy bears?" Suddenly, Reggie was in a big hurry to go someplace. "See you tonight," he said. "See ya," I said. I decided to take my teddy bear. Good, said my mother.
Good,
Said my father. But my sister said, what if Reggie wants to know your teddy bear's name? Did you think about that? And did you think about how he will laugh and say, Ta-Ta is a silly baby name, even for a teddy bear? He won't ask, I said. He'll ask, she said. I decided not to take my teddy bear. At last, it was time to go to Reggie's house. Good night, said my mother.
good night.
Said my father. Sleep tight, said my sister. I went next door where Reggie lived. Oh, look at these guys. Having the time of their life. Funny noses, silly glasses, a flashlight. That night, Reggie showed me his junk. He showed me his flashlight, his collection of bottle caps, a chain made of chewing gum wrappers, some picture postcards, an egg timer, jumbo goggles, a false nose and mustache, and a bunch of old rubber stamps and labels from his father's office. We decided to play office with the rubber stamps. After that, we had a wrestling match. And after that, we had a pillow fight. And after that, Reggie's father said,
Bedtime.
I think they had enough of them playing. Already? Said Reggie.
Already.
Said his father. We got into bed.
Good night.
Said Reggie's father. Good night, he said. No wonder they're discussing here. Reggie sighed. I sighed. We can still tell ghost stories, said Reggie. Do you know any? I asked. Uh-huh, said Reggie. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh, look at these stories. Reggie began to tell a ghost story. Once, there was this ghost, and he lived in a haunted house. Only he did most of the haunting himself. This house was empty except for the ghost because nobody wanted to go near this house. They were so afraid of the ghost, and every night this ghost would walk around the house and make all kinds of clunky, creaky sounds. Harumph, harumph, like that. And he would go around looking for people to scare because that's what he liked most to do. Scare people. And he was very scary to look at. Oh, was he scary to look at. Reggie stopped. Are you scared? He asked. Uh-huh, I said. Are you? What? Said Reggie. Are you scared? Just a minute, said Reggie. I have to get something. What do you have to get? I asked. Something, said Reggie. Boys and girls, what do you think Reggie's gonna get? What is that? Reggie pulled the something out of a drawer. The room was dark, but I could see it had fuzzy arms and legs and was about the size of a teddy bear. I looked again. It was a teddy bear. Reggie got back into bed. Now, about this ghost, he said. Is that your teddy bear? I asked. What? Said Reggie. Is that your teddy bear? You mean this teddy bear? The one you're holding, I said. Uh-huh, Reggie answered. Do you sleep with him all the time? What? Said Reggie. Do you sleep with him all the time? Uh-huh. All right. Does your teddy bear have a name? Does your teddy bear have a name? I said louder. Uh-huh, Reggie answered. What is it? You won't laugh? Said Reggie. No, I won't laugh, I said. Promise? I promise. It's foo-foo. Did you say foo-foo? Uh-huh, said Reggie. Just a minute, I said. I have to get something. What do you have to get? Reggie asked. Oh, something, I answered. What do you think Ira's going to get? The next minute, I was ringing my own doorbell. The door opened. Ira! Everyone said. What are you doing here? I changed my mind, I answered. You what? Said my mother.
You what?
Said my father. You what? Said my sister. She was still up. I changed my mind, I said. I decided to take Tata after all. I went upstairs. Soon I was down again with Tata. My sister said, Reggie will laugh. You'll see how he'll laugh. He'll just gonna fall down laughing. He won't laugh, said my mother.
He won't laugh,
said my father. He won't laugh, I said. I don't think Reggie will laugh. What's happening here? I came back to Reggie's room. I have a teddy bear too, I said. Do you want to know his name? I waited for Reggie to say, uh-huh. But Reggie didn't say uh-huh. Reggie didn't say anything. I looked at Reggie. He was fast asleep. Just like that. He had fallen asleep. Reggie, wake up, I said. You have to finish telling the ghost story. But Reggie just held his teddy bear closer and went right on sleeping. And after that, well, there wasn't anything to do after that. Good night, I whispered to Tata, and I fell asleep too. Wow. So, it's okay to have a teddy bear. I got mono, okay? And if you ever have the experience of having a sleepover, I suggest you bring a teddy bear. All right, boys and girls, see you soon.